Hello, lovely students. This is my next lesson on decision making, lesson 3. In this lesson, I'm going to present a solution that was given to you in lesson 2 on if else. I've put up the activity that was given, and I'm going to go through quickly and highlight the main important things that you had to do in this activity. So firstly, this activity was calculating discount and the final amount, and you had to input the price. So your IPO would have been your input into the price, your processing would have been to calculate the discount and calculate the final amount, and your output would have been to display the purchase price, display the discount, and display the final amount. I gave you a sample output, so when you were testing your program, you should have used this sample output. Right, so I wrote a pseudocode for you, and I've created a variable called discount, and I've initialized it to 0. It's good programming practice to initialize a variable to 0. I enter the price. I tested my condition if the price is less than 500, and in my condition I used my variable price and I checked if price is less than 500. If this condition evaluates to true, then it will calculate the discount, and it will be the price multiplied by 5/100. So I'm doing real division to calculate 5%. Alternatively, you could multiply price by 0.05. If the condition in your if statement evaluates to false, it will then go into your else statement, and it will calculate discount at 10%. Again, here you could multiply by 0.10. So if it goes into the if statement and it goes to true, it calculates discount and it goes straight to my last statement here, final price minus discount. If the statement evaluates to false, it'll go into my else statement, it'll calculate discount at 10%, and then it will display the final price. It will display price, discount, and final price. So let's go over it one more time, the pseudocode and how it's going to work. So I've got discount, I initialized it to 0, I entered the price, I checked if the price is less than 500. If this condition is true, it calculates the 5% discount. And it goes into final price, display discount, and display final price. If the statement evaluates to false, it'll go into your else statement, it'll calculate discount at 10%, and then it goes into final price, it calculates the final price, it'll display the price, display the discount, and display the final price. So now let's look at our Delphi program. So you were asked to design it. It's a very simple design. I kept it very simple. Enter the price of an item. This is your label. On your T-edit, you had to enter the price of the item. I'm displaying on a memo, and I put in a button called calculate. Okay, so let's double click on the calculate button and let's look at what the code is doing. I created a variable for price, I created a variable for discount, and I created a variable for final amount, and all three of these variables are of data type double. I cleared my memo so that I can do alternative testing. I can do alternative test cases or many test cases. So if you clear your memo, you can keep on checking with different amounts, different prices to see what will be the output at the end. Okay, so it's important to clear your memo. I set my discount variable, I initialized it to 0, gives it a starting point, and it's also good programming practice. I got a value from a t-edit, and I converted. The t-edit will enter the data as text. So string to float will convert it from text, from string to float, and I'm storing it in a double variable. If the price is less than 500, then calculate the discount. So if this condition is true, it will calculate the discount, and it will be price multiplied by 0.05. Note in my pseudocode I used the example of 5/100, and in my coding I used 0.05. So you can use either or. If the condition is false, it goes into the else statement and it calculates discount at 10%, 0.10. So let's look at it again, how the program is going to work. If the price is less than 500, it calculates discount at 5%, and it goes straight into final amount, and it calculates the final amount, which is the price minus the discount. Then it displays the purchase price using float to string f. I formatted D price using FF currency. I formatted it to the Rand sign. It all depends on your national settings of your computer. And 10 is your field width and 2 is decimal places, 2 decimal spaces. I then displayed the discount. Again, discount is displayed with currency, field width of 10 and 2 decimal places. And I finally displayed the final amount using float to string F, D final amount to currency and 2 decimal places. So that's my program. Let's look at it. Let's run it. Run. Okay, so let's run this program. Enter the price of an item, and I entered 1,000 Rand, like the sample output, and I said calculate. The purchase price is 1,000, the discount is 100 Rand, and the final amount is 900. Let's try another amount. Let's try 500. Okay. Click on calculate. If the purchase price was 500, remember it has to be less than 500 to calculate 5% discount. If it's 500 and more, the discount is still 10%. So my discount is 50 Rand and my final amount is 450. Let's enter another amount that is less than 500. So let's enter 400. I click on calculate. My purchase price is 400. It's going to calculate discount at 5%, which is 20 Rand, and my final amount is 380. Okay, you can now close your program. Thank you, learners, for listening.